Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're gearing up to become a notary in the Hoosier State, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're focusing squarely on the specific and quite unique requirements for snagging an Indiana notary surety bond. Getting bonded and commissioned as a public official is a pretty big step, but don't worry, we're going to break down the whole shebang right here. What's required, how long it lasts, and exactly what it's actually going to cost you out of pocket. Okay, let's dive right into this. 8. That is the absolute most important number you need to remember today. Why? Well, because Indiana boasts an 8-year notary commission. This isn't just some fun piece of trivia, folks. It's actually the longest notary commission term in the entire nation. While professionals in other parts of the country are constantly sweating over their calendars, tracking expiration dates, Indiana gives you this incredible stretch of professional stability.
Just to put that into perspective, the standard practice across most states is a 4-year term. Indiana literally doubles that standard. And the practical benefit here for Hoosier State notaries? It's massive. It means you get the advantage of renewing your commission far, far less frequently than the national average. That translates directly to fewer administrative headaches, fewer renewal fees hitting your wallet year after year, and honestly, a lot more time to just focus on doing your job and serving the public.
Let's move to Section 1 and see how this builds. The $25,000 requirement and securing your 8-year term. So, that brings us to our next major figure, which is $25,000. That's the required amount for your Indiana notary surety bond. Now, at first glance, $25,000 might seem kind of steep compared to other regions, but when you connect the dots back to that 8-year term we just talked about, it makes perfect sense. Because your commission lasts an incredible 8 years, the state requires a robust $25,000 surety bond to properly protect the public over that huge extended period. It's a safeguard, carefully designed to match the longevity of your authority.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that it's not just some arbitrary rule somebody made up. It's grounded firmly in state law under Indiana Code 33-42-2-5. This specific statute is the exact legal framework establishing both your authority, the requirement for that $25,000 bond, and those 8-year commission terms. It spells out exactly how this financial and professional protection is supposed to be structured in the state of Indiana.
Moving right along to Section 2, Eligibility and Examination. Let's look at how you actually qualify in Indiana.
All right, so before you can actually secure that bond or get your official stamp, you've got to meet a few foundational eligibility rules. First up, you have to be at least 18 years old. Second, absolutely no felony convictions on your record. Trust and integrity are completely paramount when you're a notary public. And finally, you need a solid tie to the state. So you must either be a resident of Indiana or your primary place of employment has to be located right there within the state.
But hey, simply checking off those demographic boxes isn't quite enough. You also have to prove your knowledge. Indiana requires you to take an official examination, and 80% is the magic number here. You absolutely must achieve a passing score of 80% or higher. Think of it as a mandatory compliance hurdle. It ensures that every single commissioned notary in Indiana thoroughly understands the laws, procedures, and ethical guidelines before they ever start notarizing documents.
So once you've hit the age requirement, established residency, cleared the background check, aced that exam, and locked in your $25,000 surety bond, well, there is just one final administrative step. You have to file all of your official paperwork, and that includes your application and your surety bond, directly with the Indiana Secretary of State. They're the ultimate authority overseeing notaries in the state, and they're the ones who will officially issue your 8-year commission.
So, the crucial point is Section 3, understanding your bond costs and what you will actually pay.
Now, because surety bonds act a bit like a line of credit, your premium is tied to your financial history. And this brilliantly illustrates how affordable it can actually be. If you have excellent credit, meaning a score of 720 or higher, your rate is typically just 1 to 2% of the bond amount. That means your total cost for the entire 8 years is remarkably low, sitting between just $250 and $500 total. Even if you're in the good credit tier with a score between 660 and 719, your rate is just 2 to 3%. That brings your total 8-year cost to an estimated $500 to $750. When you break that down over nearly a decade of professional use, it is an absolutely incredibly cost-effective requirement.
So, let's quickly recap. We've covered the amazing 8-year duration, the $25,000 bond requirement under Indiana law, the eligibility hurdles like that 80% exam score, and those extremely affordable premium estimates. Indiana really offers a truly unique opportunity here with the longest notary commission term in the whole nation. The process is crystal clear, the structure is set by the state, and the benefits of that extended term are absolutely huge. So the only question left to ask yourself is, with the longest commission in the nation, are you ready to take that step and secure your 8-year Indiana notary term today?
Get your notary surety bond quote in minutes. Apply online, fast approval, all 50 states. Visit buysuretybonds.com.